In this installment, we're going to be going over Thursday night football showdown slate. We have a highly anticipated NFC matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our Thursday night football showdown slate on Draftkings. This matchup is going to be between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. So before I deep dive into this very, very intriguing matchup, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that Patreon, and that link is down below. And don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. Now, before I get into that Patreon, guys, continue. If you are viewing this video and not currently a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We are at 1.4, so we reached our milestone here at 1.4, where we was at 1.3 for a while. Let's move up. Let's go to 1.5, and obviously we're going to get to 2K. All right. So, guys, make sure you, when you're viewing, and if you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button right now. And for the Patreon, you guys got to sign up, man. You guys got to sign up right now. Do not miss out on these weekend bets for NFL. I did throw one baseball pick in there, but we destroyed Monday Night Football, okay? If you were in the Patreon, you got these plays. We had the Jets money line. I took them live when they were a plus 500, okay? At one point in time, they were plus 900. So I missed out on that, but I got plus 500. I had Stephon Diggs' first TD score. That cashed as well. And we had another bet on the Jets money line. That one cashed, obviously. So, guys, sign up right now for the Patreon. That link down below if you want winning bets, okay? Let's get into this slate. All right, so we're going to kick things off with the captain position, but I do want to say, hey, I understand my voice is a little bit lower, a little bit deeper. I lost it for celebrating that Monday Night Football win for the New York Jets. It was absolutely insane win that the Jets had on a game-winning punt return for a touchdown. So that's why the voice is gone. We're going to try to nurse it back. Have some tea with honey. But let's get into this captain position here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, with defenses, obviously there's not enough data. You can go by week one if you want. It's going to be highly skewed. You need more information. Right now, the Chargers are the worst in the league against wide receivers. That's because they face the Miami Dolphins. That's different. There's no secondary out there that can really stop them. All right. So let more data collect, and we're just going to go off talent right here. So, starting at the captain position here, we're going to bring up Jalen Hurts as my favorite captain in this Thursday night slate. All right, he had a poor performance against New England. We understand that. You got to get with the narratives. This is Bill Belichick. He had weeks to prepare for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he had a great game plan to limit Jalen Hurts. He only had 170 passing yards. Obviously, he passed for 33 attempts, but it was all low A-dot, short yardage throws, all right? It was bad weather. There's a lot of factors here. I expect Jalen Hurts to bounce back in this game. He should be a very high candidate to be at the captain position, all right? So, love Jalen Hurts as captain for this Thursday night football slate. Let's get into our next selection. Obviously, we do have to mention Justin Jefferson. I might push him back to the flex, but this is the Philadelphia Eagles defense. He will be seeing Darius Slay. I don't think he'll follow. They trust Slay on just one side, unless they decide to change their game plan, but usually he just stays on that one side. But Justin Jefferson, I don't expect him to go off. He should get his volume targets. That's going to be a gamble to take. You got to just trust Justin Jefferson. But this is a very scary matchup going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. So if you're paying up, it's a high price. If Justin Jefferson does not come through at this very high price, I'm guaranteeing you that the Eagles will. All right. So if you want to take that, I'm going to move Justin Jefferson as a flex. Just because I'm going to have respect for this Philadelphia Eagles defense and how they're going to scheme and limit Minnesota. All right. They're probably just going to let everyone else go off instead of Justin Jefferson. All right. A.J. Brown is going to be our next selection at captain. He had a very good game in week 1. Just didn't get in the end zone. He had the 10 targets, had 7 receptions, 79 yards. That's what you want to see from him. You just want him to get in the end zone to really set himself apart. All right. So he's going to be good in this Thursday night matchup. The guy I think on Minnesota that should have a very good game is going to be TJ Hawkinson. All right. When you have these elite defenses with very strong corners and secondaries, they usually tend to games that are going to go towards the running back and the tight end getting a lot of reception. So you got Hawkinson already getting a high volume. So you just need him to come through with the yards, which he should as well. This team most likely is going to be down. And then the Minnesota Vikings are going to be forced to be throwing the ball, and it's going to force Kirk Cousins in situations where he can turn over the ball as well. So TJ Hawkinson is going to be our favorite play on Minnesota side. As a captain play, that's going to be very contrarian there. A lot of people are just going to go to Justin Jefferson or just go straight to Philadelphia, okay? You have another factor here in Devonta Smith. All these guys are going to be viable at captain. We're going to try to figure out which one of these Eagle players are going to be that number one guy that can set yourself apart. Obviously, it could just be Jalen Hurts, but if not Hurts, it's going to be between Smith, A.J. Brown, and we're going to get into one more player very, very soon. But Devonta Smith is going to be our next wide receiver. That's going to be on the captain level for this particular team. And I like him yet again. 10 targets. It wasn't factored in here where it was just these two guys. All right. Dallas Goedert did not get factored into this offense. Well, that's just because New England tends to just the way they set up their defenses is kind of takes out tight ends. And everything was funneled to Devonta Smith short and to A.J. Brown short. Okay, they did not have a very high A-dot. Nothing was going deep down the field. They were getting short completions and try to create after that. That's why they had so many targets and so many catches. All right, so Devonta Smith is going to be our next wide receiver. A sneaky, very sneaky captain play here is going to be Dallas Goedert. A lot of people are going to be shy away from him because he had a game of 0 fantasy points, 1 target. All right. This is different. This is not Drake London. We understand Atlanta Falcons, Drake London, they don't throw a lot, and Arthur Smith does not care to throw anyway. He'll just run the ball. For the Philadelphia Eagles, they already came out. We love Dallas Goedert. He's highly talented. We need to get him the ball. They already came out and said that yesterday. So Dallas Goedert is going to be a guy that's going to bounce back. If you remember last year, Devonta Smith had a 0-point game last year in week 1. I expect Dallas Goedert to bounce back. This is going to be one of our sneakier captain plays that's going to set yourself apart from everyone else. Love Dallas Goedert as a captain this week, all right? Those are going to be, we got one more captain, Eagles defense. Eagles defense is going to be the captain here. Minnesota struggled last week against Tampa Bay's defense. They allowed 9 QB hits. They allowed 5 pressures. It was 2 sacks as well. If you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, they struggled against them, it's going to be even worse against the Eagles at home, okay? This is our next high-value captain play here. The 3 best captain plays. I'm going to give you 3 best captain plays right now. Jalen Hurts, Eagles defense, and Dallas Goedert. All right, those are going to be the 3 captain plays that are going to be my favorite ones. And then right behind them will be TJ Hawkinson to be a little bit contrarian, okay? Let's move on to the flex plays. For our flex options, we're going to start things off with the Philadelphia Eagles backfield. So right now we are going to be waiting on news for Kenny Gainwell. He did come down with a rib injury in the previous game. Right now he has the Q tag, okay? Kenny Gainwell was not a participant in practice on Tuesday, and he did not participate through walkthroughs on Monday. So this is the final day, Wednesday. We need to see a limited at least from Kenneth Gainwell if he's going to play. So wait on news for Kenny Gainwell. If he is fine to go, then he can be thrusted in that captain spot. But definitely if he's playing, he's going to be one of our top flex plays because of the usage. He was the clear #1 running back for the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1. All right, the most trusted guy. That's why they gave him all the touches. And they gave 2 snaps pretty much to DeAndre Swift, and Rashad Penny was a healthy scratch. The #3 running back was Boston Scott. All right, he's just their veteran that they 100% trust. That's why he's always going to be that 3rd guy. Okay, so Kenny Gainwell came through with 14 attempts, 54 yards, and he came through with 4 receptions for 20 yards as well. So you want to take advantage of the running back of a very, very dynamic offense and one of the top offensive lines in the league. All right, if he is out, then obviously Swift becomes a factor right here at 4,000. And then you're going to wait on news if Rashad Penny is going to be a healthy scratch or he's going to be suited up. Okay, that's going to be a key factor there. All right. Other flex plays that we're going to be going to, then you can look at Jordan Addison and KJ Osborne. These are going to be the secondary wide receivers for the Minnesota Vikings with all the attention on Justin Jefferson. You'll see Jordan Addison here. He had 4 for 6 for 61 and a touchdown last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you'll also see KJ Osborne. Okay, this is a very funnel offense here for the Minnesota Vikings, and these limited guys are going to get most of the work. Okay, KJ Osborne has 6 targets as well. He just didn't get in the end zone, but very similar game to Jordan Addison. I think these guys are going to be rotating here, who's going to be going off as the 3rd guy. So in the offense of the Minnesota Vikings, it's going to be Justin Jefferson and it's going to be Hockenson. All right, the next guys is going to be coin toss between Osborne and Jordan Addison. Okay, we have both of those guys in the flex. All right, don't forget about Alexander Mattison. He's going to be in our flex play. I do not like the matchup against the run defense of Philadelphia. That's why he's going to be moved to the flex play. But this is the #1 running back for the Vikings, and he's going to get all the usage. So just like Kenneth Gainwell got all the usage, Alexander Mattison is going to get all the usage in this game as well. All right, had a poor performance rushing-wise against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 11 for 34. But he did come down with 3 receptions and 10 yards and got in the end zone. That was his saving grace, and that's why he's a flex play, because he's going to be that goal line back. If he gets into the end zone, he's going to pay off. All right, so we like Alexander Mattison in this game as a flex option. Both kickers are going to be viable in this game. More of Jake Elliott than Greg Joseph, if just in case in a situation where the Minnesota gets down, they're going to be needing to be putting up touchdowns other than field goals. But both of these guys are going to be factors, mainly Jake Elliott. Okay, mainly Jake Elliott as a flex play. Any other cheap options, it gets really scary. We need someone else to be out. I do not trust Quez Watkins as the #3 wide receiver on this team. And that's how you want. The furthest we will go down is to the kickers. And if you're really, really desperate, we need news on if Kenneth Gainwell is going to be in and out, then you really can debate between Boston Scott and Rashad Penny. All right. So those are going to be our plays, our locks to have in each and every lineup. We're going to start things off with Eagles defense. I want in each and every one of our lineups. I want TJ Hockenson to have someone back on the Minnesota side. I want Dallas Goedert. I like both tight ends in this game. All right. Dallas Goedert, and the 4th guy will be Jalen Hurts. All right. So a lot of eyes are going to be on Jefferson. I like Hockenson. I like Eagles defense. I like Dallas Goedert, and I like Jalen Hurts to bounce back. Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back with another video very soon. All right. We're going to be kicking off that week 2 DFS slate. Get ready for that one.